Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Life Signs, a poem by Jayantha Mahapatra. Jayantha Mahapatra narrates the indifference that has developed between him and his father. He also accepts the truth that he has gathered the signs of life only from his father. His father's name is Lemuel and he was an inspector of schools. He says that his father inherited the alien faith. Alien here means the Britishers. Their faith from his father, that is his grandfather. And he says this his grandfather did due to the severe devastating famine that struck Orissa in 1866. And it was at that time Mahapatra's grandfather converted to that faith. That is the faith of the British. He is talking about religion here. And thereafter they became ardent followers of this alien faith, that is the British faith. And when Mahapatra started growing, he noticed the two worlds which was around him, and he felt that he was at the center because he belonged to the Hindu culture, whereas his father and his grandfather, that is the family, was following the British belief. And so he tried to communicate with both, but at the same time he realized he was not able to communicate in spite of spending so many years. But at the same time, his brother was able to adapt himself. But Mahapatra says that he prefers to be an Indian. And at the same time, he also tries to propagate a message to the ritual ridden society that a meaningful life should cross. And he says that all these barriers of religion should only preach a harmony of life that can save mankind. And he says that this is the most important thing, more than whatever faith you have. If you are able to live in harmony in life, you will be saved. The first part of the poem presents his agony, and he says that his father would have undergone certain feelings. Because he was living separately. He was not in the same house as his father and mother. And why he was having this agony is he can understand what sort of feelings his father will have, because his father was not only worried that he was staying in a separate house, but at the same time the belief and faith which he followed was something against what his father was following. And the lifestyle of the poet has been changed because now he is living in modern India, which is free. It is not under the British rule anymore. But his father and grandparents had lived under the British Empire. And he says now in that house no one is there except these two people, that is the father and mother. And what they do is they only keep talking about how indifferent their son has become towards the old belief which they believe in their family. And Mahapatra says that English rule was over in India, but at the same time the Indians are not ready to leave their customs and beliefs because they believe that the British custom and beliefs are very good for them because they have been aping it for so many years. And the poet wants to change his belief and faith because he has begun to analyze the beliefs of other religions as well. But he was not able to decide which belief is actually the best. Even when he wants to change, he is not able to decide which is best. And at the same time, he says the problem in India is that it was a nation ruled by another country, and the rituals and customs of the ruler was always fascinating for all the Indians. And he is also disturbed to see that the Indians are still following the Western style of life. And when he wants to escape from this situation, his father's disturbed mood reminds the poet again and again like a speck of mold which can irritate the eyes. And now he has decided to accept the faith of his father and mingle it with the main culture of our land. And he thinks that this will help to clear out the unwanted indifference that has come between the poet and his father. And he finally affirms that everyone should not identify him with any religious sect, and he says that his willingness is that he should be called an Indian. And I think this is the shortest poem he has written. Come, let's read the poem. What's in my father's house is not mine. So he says whatever is there in my father's house, mainly he means the faith and belief of his father, that is not mine. In his eyes, dirty and heavy as rainwater flowing into earth is the ridicule, my difference quietly left behind. And he says, I can see the ridicule in my father's eyes because I am showing my indifference towards his belief. And the whisper of an old myth in the clouds. Thinking to escape his beliefs, I go to meet the spectre of belief, a looming shadow, the color of mud, watery and immense as the Ganga. So he says, seeing all this, now I have decided, at least to make my father happy, I'll tell him, okay, I believe in your faith. But at the same time, he knows very well that he is an Indian and only believes in what is the Indian way of thinking of life and religion. Here ends the poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.